Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look. Wrestling 101, classes in session. Pay attention to the teachings, that's from Andrew and Derek. I mean, these guys making a killing with no competition. Dynamic duo better than the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Everybody make some noise, mess with them, you get destroyed. They cannot be beat, take a seat. Watch them do they thing on the MIC. Face defeat, they cannot be seen like JC. Oh my goodness, it's a killing spree.
Hey everyone, this is Andrew from Wrestling IQ 101. When I'm not hosting our podcast, I'm usually at collarandelbowbrand.com. That's right, Collar and Elbow is the only place that combines wrestling with street attire. And I know what you're thinking, I want to look fashionable too, and I also want to save 10%. So head over to collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code WIQ101 and look fashionable and save some money. And now, on with the show.
Hey, it's the kid, Vinny Pacifico here, and you're listening to Wrestling IQ 101.
Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling IQ 101. I'm Andrew, and you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101. And today, I'm joined by Joakim Morales from Battle Club Pro, man. How's it going?
What's up, dude? How you doing? Happy to be back.
Yeah, man. So you have a big event this weekend. Can you tell us where people can find it and what's it, get tickets?
The card is humongous. 13 total matches,
Woo.
60 wrestlers, 30 debuts. Tickets, today's the last day where it's available on the pre-order, so pardon me, I'm out of breath a bit. Trying to get everything done.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
If you want to get tickets at the door, you're more than welcome to. We'll have some. Front row is still limited. If you want to grab those up before they're sold out, please be my guest. VIP option is early access, in-ring photo with Harlow and the Icons Championship, and one free raffle ticket for the Jimmy Havoc signed axe.
Oh, wow. That sounds absolutely amazing, man. We got to start off first with some fatal four-way tag team action. This is going to be incredible. This features stars like Joey Ace and PB Smooth. And can we talk about that match for a second?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, what I did was I brought her along. I signed a bunch of talent to debut, to be on the card, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. October is the NBA and NFL, and everyone really enjoys the NBA and NFL draft. So I was like, let me draft up 4 unique tag teams and see what they can do. So I took the singles talent pool, drew them up, and we ended up with PB Smooth and Savannah Evans, Joey Ace, and Devin Driscoll. Trevor Eon, Darius Lockhart, and it looks like everybody's favorite combined team is Anthony Greene and Sugar Dunkerton. Chris Ruiz from the Lab stole my thunder, but on commentary I was hoping to say, hey, look, it's retrosexual chocolate.
That's hilarious, man. Also, some incredible matches, too. I mean, CPA versus Puff. I mean, what a dream match right there in itself.
That's going to be great. CPA has deemed this match the Dungeon of Gloom.
Oh my God!
Playing into the Trial by Combat Game of Thrones feel, which is hysterical. And Puff has retorted with, "No, it's all about smiles and laughs. I don't do gloomy. I'm going to bring all my positivity and win this match." So that's going to be super interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for that one for sure. Also, Maria Manic versus Effie. I mean, that might get brutal real quick.
That's going to get brutal fast. You got the Man-Eater, the She-Monster in Maria Manic, who she dabbles in everything that most people would not. She's unconventional by all means, and the crowd absolutely loves her. And then you have Effie, who I continuously say is everything every card needs, whenever it needs, whatever it needs, wherever it needs it to be. He is like the end all. Like, he just takes whatever the card needs, he'll do it. You know, he's deemed himself the manic eater. If he beats children, if he beats women, if he beats everyone, and it's going to be so good.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens for that one for sure. You know, another match that looks pretty interesting, fans might even like to, is Brody King versus Anthony Bowens. I mean, what a high these guys are having right now from WrestlePro. It's going to be a great matchup.
I'm sorry, go ahead, boss.
It's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, that's going to be super good. You talk about the best of the East meets the best of the West. Bowens, who just made his Impact debut, and Brody King, who's tearing it up in MLW, wherever they happen to land. I mean, he's California's finest, man. And, you know, the 5-tool player, wrestling's 5-tool player, the rebranded Nutley's own Anthony Bowens. The man does it all. The best trash talker in ring. And I think it's apropos that it's in ring, because in ring, not many people can touch him. He's just, it's just going to be amazing. Like, we put the company on his back, first 2 main events, Tony Nese and Drew McIntyre, and he's had quality opponents, but I really felt like for the 2-year anniversary, I had to come hard. I had to give him a real good opponent that had super name value, and Brody King just worked so well.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting matchup. You don't want to miss that. Plus, you got the Federated in action against the End. I mean, talk about two teams that just going to go to war, for sure.
So the full Impact Pro Tag Team Championships are on the line, so we could see a title change. You have the Federated, who, I mean, Mike Orlando, Mick Drake, Group Vance, like their ambassador, Mr. Martinez, all the talent they have all across the world. They've just been dominant in Battle Club Pro and everywhere else they are. Then you have the End, Odinson and Paro, and you talk about dominance. Like, I mean, they're the closest things we have to a team like the Legion of Doom. I'm not going to say they are the Legion of Doom of this generation, because they're totally different. Odinson moves like a cat. Paro is so good. I mean, he's like, could you imagine the Hulk with the years of experience of someone like, you know, the Grand Wizard? Like, that's just what he is. I mean, they're on such a high. They're about to tour Japan. That's going to be incredible for them. I mean, the crowd is going to go bonkers when they see those two monsters come into whatever arena they wrestle in. Paro, the next night, he's going to be on that NWA card where Cody's going to face Nick Aldis in the rematch. So, like, that man is doing it all, and it's well deserved. Honestly, it took way too long for him to get the recognition that he warrants. And it's how often does the Beast from the Northeast and the Dagger, Mick Drake, how often are they the small team in a tag match?
Yeah, not very often, man. Those two guys are pretty beastly for sure. So,
yeah,
in a good way. So, man, you talk about, you know, the Lynch Mob and the Diamond Dogs. I mean, this is going to be freaking off the chain.
You talk about sleeper potential, Black Diamond Industries best versus the Lynch Mob, who have, you know, Joey's been on 205 and Matt's been on SmackDown. Like, those guys are so good. Those brothers, I mean, they were supposed to come up in March, and unfortunately Joey was hurt, so they were unable to make their debut in March, but I had to bring them back before the year was out. This is super sleeper potential. Both teams are phenomenal at what they do, but I don't know if the crowd really realizes the capability of each team, so they could steal the show. They totally could steal the show, and you know what? Graham Bell, Luke Langley, Joey, and Matt Lynch, they have not only the potential, but I guarantee they have the drive to try to steal the show from all the names that are on the card.
Yeah, the one thing I love about Battle Club Pro is that there is no dud of a match. I left there one night, I couldn't get the smile off my face, so that is for sure. And if you say it's going to be a sleeper, man, I believe you, man, for sure. So, you know, there's another, there's a special woman who's going to be in action too, right? And she has her own team, and that's Tasha Steelz. Can you tell us who she'll be facing?
So what happened there is Dan Reichert has been in Battle Club since March, scouting talent, looking for the next superstar, in his words, to take up to Connecticut to sign that huge contract.
Yeah.
He had an open invitational match in the Bronx in July at Bash in the Bronx. And Tasha Steelz shocked the world, and she won it. You know, she was in there with the likes of Joe Gacy and Trevor Eon, CPA, Ace Austin, Tracer X. Like, she was in there with quality opponents, and she surprised everyone by winning. And Dan didn't really take, fondly of that. He was looking for a superstar, a monster, whatever he was looking for. She wasn't it. And the Bronx native, NEW jersey's best. She split the uprights and hit a field goal that anyone on the Jets would be proud of. So Reichert came with a business proposal now that Dave Sturch is out as our commissioner, and I couldn't turn it down. Being a businessman myself, it was a great deal. And he understood that I really crafted this card myself. He only asked for one match, and that match was a challenge to Tasha Steelz to find someone to have her back. And he enlisted the work. He enlisted my words are slipping here. He basically hired the Mainstay Posse, who, they're infamous in that building. They go after men, women, children, old ladies, old men. Like, they don't care, So he enlisted their capabilities, and they're hired to face Tasha Steelz and Davian. And it's weird to see that the ladies are going to be shorthanded, but we know that Davian is New England's new nightmare. She's not America's sweetheart for a reason. I'll never get over watching her have a hole in her head and finish and win the match, which is just unbelievable. And then, like I said, Tasha, with world-class athletes, she won that Dan Reichert Invitational. So, they can hold their own. They're going to be down one person, but I'm still siding with Tasha. Yes, Dan Reichert is my new commissioner, but you can't count those two out.
Yeah, it's an exciting match for sure. You don't want to miss that one this Saturday. Also, another match, Fatal 4-Way. Mike Verna, Shane Mercer, Al Gray, and Steve are going to be combating. What a matchup that's going to be. Man of Steel. You can't go wrong with that kind of talent.
You got Super Swole, in honor of Ariel Monroe's appearance on the Mae Young Classic. We decided to put a match together that would make her proud because she's Big Swole. So you have four men who are jacked, and they're all different. So, the Iron Demon has been all over, the Juggalo Championship, so he's kind of the hardcore guy, He's kind of the guy that has been quiet but has been super impressive. Shane Mercer just, wows the crowd. Yeah. Everyone in the tri-state area is familiar with the Man of Steel, Mike Verna. The big man from Brooklyn. He represents Italy, all about the Mets, and he is, Brooklyn's Superman. The clean cut and the actor now, which is great for him. Congrats on that. Then you got Jersey Muscle, the guy, the fighter, the guy who likes to strike, the guy who's super impressive and athletic. And then you got the guy who people think is the oddball, but have you seen AJ Gray? He doesn't. They don't call him Rich Homie Juice for no reason. That dude can go. His athleticism is bonkers. It's a marvel to watch him move at that size in the ring because he can. It's effortless in and out the ring how he can just fly. So you have four different dynamics, and they're all going to be going at it, and the only thing they got in common is that they're jacked.
Well, yeah, that's going to be a hard-hitting match. I can't wait to see that for sure. You talked about the Swole, Ariel Monroe. She's also going to be in action, right?
Yes, Ariel Monroe, Big Swole. She's going to be contending for the Battle Club Icons Championship against the newly crowned Icons champion Harlow O'Hara. Harlow laid a challenge down to the former champion Jordan Grace, who recently debuted on Impact, and it was, the news broke that she's had a 2-year deal, which is an incredible addition to that roster and locker room. So, Jordan didn't want to wait till WrestleCade when the challenge was going to be laid out for her. And the ever-opportunistic Harlow took advantage, and she's a champ now. So this is her first title defense. And, the consequence of this match, the results of this match, will affect the next day. Whoever wins this title match on Saturday will face Diamante of LAX the next day at Innovative Pro. So, there's it's big. It's not just like, of course, it's the only championship we got. We covered it. We decided, women are on equal footing when it comes to men. So we wanted to crown our first ever champion as a woman. So that title means a lot to us, and we're doing whatever we can to build that brand. And right now, Harlow's the face of that brand. The crowd loves her. Ariel might be coming into hostile territory, but you know what? She was selected to wrestle on the biggest stage there is, and she impressed so many people.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that for sure. Also another huge match. I can't wait. I don't want to be Matt Macintosh when those warning signs go off and Homicide standing there. And I like Matt Macintosh. I think he's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, words can't describe how impressive he is. But the Notorious 187.
Yeah. So, Matt Macintosh, who has gotten into a war with Darius Carter about who the true ace of Battle Club is, and unfortunately for him, he lost his main event match against Jimmy Havoc because Darius Carter decided to take a stroll near the ring. He didn't interfere. There was no touching happening. He just, he made it so that the music hit, and he just took a step outside and took a look at what was going on. Jimmy Havoc seized the opportunity and won the match. So, Macintosh demanded high-level competition, and originally we got him Mark Haskins, but due to circumstances outside of our control and Haskins' control, he couldn't come through, so we brought in the Notorious 187. New York's just best. You talk about someone who's made the city of New York super proud, someone who's really worn the pride of New York. I want to say better than anybody. Like it's incredible for his longevity, how awesome he is, and now he's back on TV where he deserves to be, and everyone's in love with him. I mean, the guy represents Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, like all 5 boroughs. The city of New York is Homicide, the Notorious 187. That's not just a nickname. You see the damage he can do to people, and it's going to be a tall order for Macintosh.
Yeah, that's going to be an exciting match for sure. I can't wait. Talking about another Jersey All Pro guy, Dan Maff and Mr. Grimm. What a match that's going to be. I can't wait to see that one.
So generationally, you get these talents that are so similar, and you can see it, and you always want to be like, man, I wonder what it's like for these guys to face each other. Like the best example is, everyone's seen the highlight reel where Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, they have the same highlights, and you can't really differentiate them. Like they're cutting clips in and out, and it's similar. Now, Grimm might move a little more agile than Maff, and Maff might be a little stronger than Grimm, but they're so similar. It's crazy. Like, they get in that ring, and it's like, damn, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
The Bayonne badass, I mean, the definition of fine wine, that man's getting younger. As time goes on, he's getting younger and better, and it's horrifying for whoever's across the ring from him. But this time, it's Mr. Grimm who he dimes on the fact that he's going to have a contract out, and he's going to complete that contract regardless of to who is across the ring from him. You have these 2 planets, these 2 Mac-10 trucks about to smash into each other, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. They might hit each other so hard they're going to break the sound barrier.
Yeah, that's true. Man, and the other thing too is with age comes some wisdom, so that's another plus for Maff too.
Yeah, Maff he's far from just a monster with no intelligence. Like you want to make it comic book terms. He's not regular Hulk. He's Hulk that's got that Bruce Banner mind going. Like there's no screws loose there. He knows exactly what he's doing, how he's doing it, and it's scary.
And then plus the next day, I mean, he's also going to be in action the next day against Jimmy Havoc at Innovative. I mean, what a diabolical match that's going to be in itself for sure.
I mean, I'm not trying to open the curtains a little more than I should.
Mm-hmm.
But I've heard that Jimmy Havoc said he needs a gun to beat Dan Maff.
Really?
And I don't blame him, which is why the match with Hitman works, because, I mean, Grimm's got an arsenal.
Well, it only takes one, right? So
It only takes three.
It only takes three, but it'll only take one bullet to probably stuff him off, right?
Yeah, no. Say that sentence again with a straight face. Do you really think one bullet's going to stop Dan Maff?
No, I don't think so. But maybe Jimmy Havoc should start thinking that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he was the predator in that graphic. Like,
Yeah.
He's easy to kill.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, that's another man I don't envy. And then plus, Darius Carter, Jimmy Havoc. What a match this is going to be. I mean, bell to bell excitement all around.
I'm going to give you props because you touched base with everybody. It's like Mac, Homicide, and then you got the Homicide Maff connection, and then you got the Darius connection with Macintosh and Havoc. Like, you did your own thing. I like that, huh?
Oh, okay.
But yes, Darius Carter has deemed this match Order versus Chaos, wrestling's richest prize. I heard he's got some kind of challenge he's going to be saying to Macintosh or something. I don't know. That's the rumor I'm hearing, that he's got something to propose to Macintosh before the match.
Wow.
Against Jimmy Havoc. And then Jimmy Havoc, successful in his Battle Club Pro debut. This is, he's the second guy from the UK in a singles match to not only be in the main event, but win it. So it's like he has that in common with Dunn. Now he's facing Carter, who Dunn beat last year, and I'm pretty sure because they're friends, he's going to want to beat him himself, because you don't want to be the guy that faced the same guy with one of your closest friends and lost.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I just want to see. Like, we all know Darius Carter, like his mannerisms, the faces he makes. I want to see what happens if Havoc reaches for some tax. I want to see Darius's reactions.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I didn't think about that till just now, and Darius is very animated, so yeah, that would be hilarious too. But yeah, I just can't wait to see these two guys, what kind of match they'll put on, because it's the standard of Battle Club Pro that somehow every match just gets better and better. And if you're in the area at Ridgefield Park, you definitely want to stop by to Battle Club Pro.
I mean, dude, like, this card is humongous. It's our 2-year anniversary. 2 years ago, October 1st, Battle by the 6th, we opened up, and it was a hell of an event. It was a hell of an event.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've just been continuing to build steam. We're nothing without the fans. We're nothing without the wrestlers. We're nothing without the staff that's backstage. And the card is huge, and I know sometimes too much wrestling is a bad thing. I don't see it that way. Too much wrestling is never enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, 13 handcrafted matches. Like, none of these matches were just kind of tossed together. Like, I know I had that drafted Fatal 4-Way tag match, but that was by design. Like, I wanted something different, Mm-hmm. And, this is my brainchild. Carlos Aristide is our founder. I thank him all the time for giving me the opportunity to not only take over the company, but to trust me enough with his vision and to continue it, and then to add my vision and make it better.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have definitely, I mean, put on one hell of a show. And then the next day, too, I mean, we could go through some of the matches if you want to there, if you want.
I mean, Innovative Pro, it's like a project, It's like me challenging myself. The announced matches, you got Gacy versus Brody King. You have Domesticated Violence versus the Heavenly Bodies. Jimmy Havoc versus Maff, as we mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
The innovational match where Logan Black is going to be trying to defend his title for a third time. He's won the first 2 innovational matches. The Awakening versus the Ugly Ducklings. I mean, it just goes on and on. Jordan Grace versus the Man of Steel. You have Wonder Woman. You have Sick Mama Pump versus the Man of Steel. It's just, there's so much talent on that one, and again, crafted by me to oppose myself. It's one thing to, you know, try to run up against other companies and see what you can do and try to be different, and then it's another thing to challenge yourself. And I love it. It's difficult. It's stressful, but I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love it, if I didn't enjoy it, and if I didn't think I'd be good at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, can you tell people again where they can get tickets and where they can watch the action?
You can go to battleclubpro.com for tickets. It'll send you the link. You click on the link, it'll send you over to brown paper tickets, and you can get any of those general admissions, VIPs. Front row is very limited, and VIP options. For Innovative Pro, you go to the Facebook page, Innovative Pro Wrestling, and you'll see the link on the event. Again, brown paper tickets, you can pre-order. And, you know, we want to sell that building out. So if you have like 12 friends and you brought your tickets already pre-ordered, but there'll be tickets available at the door. Like, everyone should come in and enjoy this. This is Innovative Pro's third show, Sunday show. It's a bit easier, you know, in terms of travel. It's at 2 o'clock. Battle Club Pro's at 6 p.m. on a Saturday. You don't have to worry about getting home crazy late. So, you know, 13 incredible matches. It's going to be fun, and I'm super appreciative and love every single one of you guys that not only spend your hard-earned money, but you're spending time, and that's the ultimate thing, you know, like, to give us something you can't give back, to decide that we're worthy of that, man, that to me is the world to me. I'm super appreciative, and I can't wait to see you guys, man. Everybody come out. Bring everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I said it before, you know, Battle Club Pro is definitely high quality. I mean, what, tickets are at $20, right?
Yeah, general admissions are like $20, man. It's you know, you don't have to fly to a different city to watch the show from the bleeders.
Yeah.
It's gonna be up close and personal. You can have your meet and greets, and you know, like, if you're lucky, Maria Manic might throw her opponent into your lap.
Yeah, I mean, this is a no-brainer. If you're in the area, Ridgefield Park, Battle Club Pro is definitely a place to be. Joakim, you know, thank you again for so much taking out the time and discussing all the great matches that are taking place this Saturday.
Thank you for having me on again, man. And you know, we gotta link up and review and then talk stuff going forward. I'd love to be on in person. I knew you guys had my meet Haggerty.
Yeah.
That was awesome. So yeah, man. But I again appreciate you guys. Any publication is a great publication. It's always nice to work with people who not only follow the product but enjoy it. So I appreciate you. You know, Wrestling IQ is awesome.